Hey, brothers, you're listening to Home Bar Happy Hour, where Joe and I are talking about Mexico. We're talking about the great summer is finally here, and we are talking about the boys down under. Let's roll, America.
Boom. Let's roll indeed, Mike. How are you doing today? First off, I got to say, I love the fit. You are killing it with the shirt today. You look summer ready, Mexico ready. You got the lobsters on you, the rock lobsters.
It's my Kramer shirt, brother. I'm ready. I'm ready, bro. You came home. I'm leaving. So we're gonna get into it, man. How was your weekend, bro?
Yeah.
I'm. By the way, I'm doing great. As always, I'm doing great. I hope everybody out there, I hope you are doing fantastic. We got some nice, warm summer days here this week, and yeah, we're gonna kick it off here. So, but Joe, yeah, how was your vacation with your wife?
It was great. So I'll start off with this. So I had to go to LA for a couple of days for work, my old stomping grounds, and last week was the Netflix is a Joke festival going on in LA. So the last night I was there, that Thursday I decided I would go see Andrew Schultz and Shane Gillis at crypto.com. Sick show. Awesome. They did a great job. The crypto arena is like what used to be a Staples Center in downtown and everything. So I'm there. Shane goes, Tony Hinchcliffe was there too. He came out first, opened them up. And then it was Shane, then it was Andrew Schultz. They did great. Show's about to end. They all come out to say like, oh, thanks everyone for coming. And then people start getting up to start walking away. And Shane Gillis is like, whoa, guys, where are you going? We got one more surprise for you. And then Post Malone comes out and does a couple songs.
Oh, no way, dude. That's so awesome. I like Post Malone.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, Posty's sick. And it was just so random. Like, only in LA do you get, a comedy show that turns into a secret Post Malone concert. It was a blast.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. But then from there, we went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Just hung out in a nice all-inclusive, me and the wife, and didn't get in too much trouble, which is always a plus. But yeah, it was a good time, man. Where are you going in Mexico?
Well, first off, I'm happy. You guys, that's a very well deserved. It's been a long time coming for you too.
Yeah,
I'm definitely happy for you guys that you guys had a really good time down there.
Yeah,
but
appreciate it.
I am heading to Cancun. This is my first. I'm heading Cancun for my best friends, both of them, fellow captains of the Seven Seas. They're getting married down there, and I'm using it as an excuse. Obviously, I'm going down there for their wedding. That's the primary purpose, and they've hooked us all up with a really nice the Moon Palace Grand, and so they hooked us up with a really good, really good resort package and everything. I said it was like, whoa, this is my first time vacationing outside the U.S., especially at an all-inclusive. So I'm like, I just turned 40. Let's roll. So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited, dude. This is like the kickoff. Unfortunately, I won't be here for Memorial Day weekend, which is always like the kickoff to Freedom Fest for me. So I always have like a big party here. You know that. You and Elizabeth always came up. But
we celebrated
freedom.
freedom.
Like this is a special year, and I'll be coming back on Memorial Day, so I plan on, and that's good anyways, because I'll be able to reflect and stuff like that the following day. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, my Cancun prep, dude, I'm like 85% packed, and I'm ready to go.
Already?
I'm getting pictures from the groom and the bride, and dude, the restaurants down there, magnifique. Dude, they got the restaurants down there. I'm so stoked. Me being a chef, I'm so stoked to get like down there and get these 5-star cuisines They have a French restaurant down there. They have a Mediterranean restaurant down there, and then even all like like authentic tacos and empanadas and all that. I'm stoked, man, and it's going to be a good time. They got a karaoke bar in there.
Ooh, karaoke.
It's time to stretch out those lungs.
Yeah, turn it
Work
up.
that vocal cord. We're gonna get ready, brother. But speaking of the summer and stuff, go ahead.
Just gonna are the restaurants like on the resort that you're going to?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't think I have any interest in leaving the resort. I mean, not even for like incursions or incursions. The what is that? What they are? Incursions or the
excursions?
Excursions.
Yeah.
Incursions.
That's inside.
Like I'm invading the beaches. Yeah, like I'm invading the beaches. We're having an incursion, brothers.
While you're down there.
Yeah, there is going to be an incursion on that fucking bar. I can tell you that. I'm going to be drinking my money out of that place. But
yeah,
but yeah,
got
dude.
Their vodka there for you.
Oh, absolutely, man. Dude, I don't. At this point, feel like vacation has already started. So I got like a 12-pack of Miller Lite in my fridge here, and I'm going to jump in the pool after we're done. But
oh, nice.
But
I
mean,
don't have Miller Lite down there. You're probably going to be stuck with Modelo's and Dos Equis or whatever, all the Mexican beers.
He did send me a picture of the in-room bar, like the stock fridge and everything. So they got like liquor bottle dispensers in the room, and
nice.
They also have they have Modelo's, they have Dos Equis and Corona, and Coors Light is in the fridge.
Ugh.
Yeah,
tapping them Rockies, huh?
But you know what? I don't know if I'm going to be even like drinking too much beer there. Like I might have a couple, but I'm going to probably be going for like all the mixed drinks and stuff like that. So,
you should. It's vacation. It's an open bar with cocktails. Like that's what you got to hit up is the liquor and everything for sure.
I've speaking of like Mexican music Mexican music, but going on vacation. It's
mariachis.
Yes, Kenny Chesney's new album. If you haven't heard it, please do. If you're a Kenny Chesney fan, this album is awesome. His new song "Born" is pretty good. It's really good. I'm excited. I can't stop listening to it. That's like one of the things. It's like you listen to a new song over and over and over again, and then you lose interest in it. So it's just like I gotta learn to space stuff out. Yeah, it gets worn out. But
yeah.
I mean, Joe, did you listen to any new music that you liked while you're on vacation? Did you hear any new music down there that you liked?
So I haven't listened to the new Kenny Chesney stuff. I have heard the new Post Malone and Morgan Wallen song. That's pretty good. It's called "I Had Some Help," and it's just about two buddies that like to get in trouble at the bar, and then whenever someone yells at them, they go, "Wasn't just me. I had some help. You were the one that helped me get hammered." So I like that song a lot.
Sounds like Boys of the Southwestern Club.
Yeah, pretty much. The only other new music I've been listening to is some of the Drake and Kendrick beef between each other. Have you heard any of that going on?
We brought it up there that last episode there, and I was following it there at the beginning, but then it kind of dropped off for me. But why? What have you heard? What have they been saying?
I mean, they've been going at each other. Kendrick is calling Drake a pedophile, and bringing out all these kids that Drake's allegedly been grooming. Drake said that one of Kendrick's like 6 kids isn't his. That his Kendrick's wife cheated on her with Kendrick's manager. I mean, it's just, and let me be clear too. Here's like the thing about rap beefs. None of this is substantiated. There is like zero concrete evidence for all of this stuff. Like it is all pretty much hearsay, one person saying another thing. But it's just fun. It's just guys ripping at each other, going back and forth, saying whatever they want to say. The craziest thing is, so apparently Drake secretly leaked to different internal sources that he had another kid that no one knew about. And then Kendrick heard about it, put that in a verse, and then in Drake's response, he said, "That's not real. I fooled you. I leaked that to the media so you would get a hold of it." Like, just trying to, playing 3-dimensional chess over here. But I mean, it's a fine rap beef. Drake loves to get into beefs, and this is probably, I don't know, this is probably his biggest one, right? He had the one with Meek Mill a few years ago, and then he was in it with Pusha T. But
I'm surprised I'm surprised with the beef that they got going on that they didn't change over and like shift gears with each other and then go after P. Diddy with everything that's going on with him.
You would think if there's someone you should be going after right now, it's P. Diddy.
Absolutely. But, dude, did you see his apology video? And I'm like, bro, dude, he's a selfish.
He didn't know.
He's a selfish piece of shit. That's what he is.
Yeah. He apologized to the fans, not the woman that he beat up. It was wild, dude.
And then it's just like, and then he just put it on himself, like, oh, that's not who I should have been. No, fuck you, dude. You beat the shit out of a woman. You're a piece of shit.
You can't do that. Yeah. That is a shitty thing to do.
They need to lock him up and throw away the fucking key. That's what they need to do. Especially with all that other shit that came out.
Yeah, if they can find him, he's on the run, man. I don't know if you're going to find Diddy.
I can't wait till P. Diddy is like brought down into the Hague.
Yeah. I'll probably get him eventually.
Sean P. Diddy Combs is wanted by Interpol. He's got to be on Interpol. If he's on the run and he's outside the U.S., he's got to be on Interpol.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure he is.
I'm also sure that in certain circumstances, I don't know. We're not going to get into the law. This isn't a law channel. I was thinking, I wasn't sure if like the FBI. I know the FBI. I wasn't sure if they were like just strictly I didn't know if they were national or international. And I think they are an international law enforcement, but for Americans and people who killed Americans. So I think I'm not sure, but we're gonna.
I have no idea.
But so I have started the man grooming. A little bit of the
nice.
Just a little bit of it. I don't want to go bare chested. I just want to you know what I mean, shave it down a little bit nice. But and then shave the boys down under. Give them a nice clean. And I mean, is it good? Like, dude, I've heard so many sort of like there's some guys that refuse to put a blade down there. There's some guys that I don't know, they just don't shave at all. And I'm like, oof. It's like Jurassic Park down there with a brachiosaurus hanging out. or like a what is that, the Dilophosaurus, when when you pull the pants down and everything and right out of the bush and it spits its venom at you.
Right. I mean, some guys don't need to. I think there are some guys that just are have a lot less hair on their bodies. I am not one of those guys.
Yeah, you're a part of the next evolution. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you are a hairy dude.
I am a hairy dude. Yeah.
I'm a hairy dude too.
I got to touch some stuff up. I don't like shave, with a blade except my head. But I got a nice little manscaper, a little trimmer and like to trim, especially if you're going to be out in the summertime and shirt off. I don't want to look like I'm still wearing my sweater while I'm outdoors,
Shinesty, is that how you say it? Shinesty? Shinesty? Shinesty. Shinesty. The company that sells they sell underwear, they sell underwear in general, but they have female attire, but it's mainly generating, I guess, kind of for guys too.
Okay.
Because they do make like men, dude, the best underwear. They're the ones that have the underwear where you put the whole boys, you put the boys in a little cradle in the underwear.
A little cradle for the boys?
Yeah. Dude, those underwear, I mean, they're expensive. I think they're like $50-$60 a pair or something like that. But man, And they got some
more than I'm
awesome
spending on
designs.
underwear.
They got some awesome designs. They got like where the front, like it's an elephant and a tiger and an alligator, like different animals and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's funny.
Okay.
But yeah, they sell. So excuse me. It's my first beer. It's vacation. So they have. It's not underwear. It's more like, so when dudes like to play, us guys, like, we like to play our little games. Some guys like to pants other people. Me, if somebody like
Sure.
pantsed me, I'd be like, what's up? My pants hanging there. What's going on? No, don't just run away. Come on, get back over here. You started the game. Let's go. You want to put me on
Right.
blast? I'm going to put you on blast. Come on over, man. I was like, I didn't know you swung like that. I don't either, but hey, man, don't tease me, bro. So they did.
Don't start something you're not willing to finish.
Don't start something you're not willing to finish. I don't know what kind of house you play in, but we play rough around here, brother.
Jeez.
Yeah. So they sell swim trunks, and they're pretty cool. I don't know. I go with Chubby's. Like, Chubby's has a really good design and stuff like that, and they're pretty cool. Also,
Okay.
I go with Barstool Sports. They have some really good stuff there. But yeah, I don't even want to say to counteract those who de-pants you, they developed underwear, man thongs, and they're printed, so it looks like. So you got like different ones. It's like they got one that's like a hot dog. So you're wearing a hot dog thong, basically. They got ones that just like, they look like cut off girls' jeans, like like the Daisy Dukes, but the the really really short ones where the girls it's right up the old turd cutter.
Right.
It's kind of like that. So when you de-pant, so when you de-pant someone, they're wearing that, and it's just like, what's up, bro?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I've shaved my boys down under so smooth. I feel like I'm going to wear one of those underwear, those thongs that Shinesty sells, Shinesty, whatever the fuck you want to call them, however you call them. I feel like I want to wear those. I'm just like walking about, hello, ladies. Oh my
Just
god,
wear them Johns around, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh my god, Victoria or Madison. Those balls are as smooth as eggs. I know. Yeah, we're going to get into the Ashley Madison stuff on the next episode, but that's what popped in my head. Like, and I'm thinking about a Victoria, like, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of European women that come here too. So,
Yeah.
not talking about you, Tony.
There were a lot of Canadians at the resort I was at. A lot of Mexicans and a lot of Canucks. Yeah,
Canucks.
they're all trying to watch hockey
Man.
every night. Like, you going to come watch the hockey game? I was like, I am not coming to watch the hockey game. I'm in Mexico. I'm not here to watch.
I don't know. What did you guys do at night?
We drank. We hung out by the pool. We ate dinner, and then we drank, and we hung out by the pool, and then we had a snack, and that's all we did, Mike. We drank, we hung out.
Well, that's good, Joe. I'm glad that you guys had a good time there. Obviously. I mean, me personally, like, if I was down there and like we didn't have nothing to do, I'd be like, hey, you want to come watch the hockey? And I'm like, hey, whatever, man, just to go to socialize. That'd be like my only goal, because honestly, at this point, the Flyers are out. I really don't. I mean, the Flyers were out since, I don't know, when the season started.
Yeah, they've been out for a while.
We were just bad. We've been bad. So, but yeah, the boys down under, I think I prefer. So there's like I prefer a nice blade over the boys, but I could see we're getting a wax. I would like it like right there, like in between, like where the your thighs connect right there, like that crevice, that channel, that canal, that
I believe
valley.
they call that the taint. Yeah.
No, is it the taint? I thought the taint is like that, the part right there at the bottom of your sack going to your asshole.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about, right?
No, I'm talking about the side of the balls. the sides.
Oh.
Yeah, where your thighs come in. Yeah, right in there. Because that's where I got some hair growth in there, and that's just a pain in the ass. And I would rather just put some hot wax right in there and just rip it right the fuck out. I don't do too bad with wax. I've had my back wax before. That didn't really bother me that much. I mean, there's certain portions of my body where I have like really thick fucking skin that's like I could take pain. But then it's like getting tattoos. That's how I feel. But there are certain areas where you ain't fucking waxing that shit. What are you fucking nuts? You rip my organs out. Yeah, that's where like, girls getting waxed. But I've seen some girls who shaved and then they let it go, and I'm just like, oof.
I don't mind a little hair down there. I'm fine.
Better close those doors.
I
better close those doors. It smells like crab around here.
I don't like it completely shaved. It freaks me out. Not a fan.
I mean, it's probably looking at like the what's that guy? This is an off. Yeah, this is not like Quado off of Total Recall.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need to look like a Manson girl, but just a little bit of hair. Let me know you're an adult. That's my bigger thing.
I fucking hate hair.
You don't like?
Probably because I'm
all natural.
No, the 80s are dead.
The 80s are dead. That was more of the 70s, I think.
I don't even down there and there's like fucking hair all over the fucking place. I'm just like, what the fuck? I mean, if I could take the time, I'm fat. I'm a fat guy. I'm a big guy, and if I could take the time to take care of my downstairs, I think everybody should be able to take the time to. No, I mean, if you want to, do your little, designs and stuff like that up there. I mean, I do a design where I'm just like, it's my face with 2 rock stars, and that's how I like design it and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes I'll just like, maybe I'll just like shave in a Miller Lite emblem.
No, I like a little hair. Then you get a little floss when you're down there too.
All right, enough. That's enough. All right, what the fuck? We're gonna shift gears now. We're gonna get into some movie reviews. Joe, you said you watched a few movies here on the plane. Go ahead. Why don't you talk about Madam Web?
Oh yeah, Madam Web is maybe the worst movie I've ever seen. Did you get a chance to see it, Mike? I did. I shouldn't say chance.
I did on Netflix. On Netflix, it came out on Netflix, and that's when I watched it.
Sure did. What a piece of garbage movie, man! Like absolutely horrendous. I don't understand the script for that. I don't know. I don't understand who wrote that movie, and then decided we're just going to go ahead and film it. There were no action scenes in the whole movie. It didn't make any sense. The last scene of the movie, they're not fighting anyone. She's just like kind of almost seeing the future and telling someone to move slightly to the left. Like that's the whole action scene. Yeah. Also, this is spoilers, I'm sure, for anyone. Why the whole
we're not spoiling anything for anybody.
In a Pepsi factory.
I know, right?
But why were they at a Pepsi factory that's filled with fireworks? It was like a Pepsi warehouse that was just also filled with fireworks. That made no sense. The last thing that was just totally bonkers is the ADR, which is, if you're not familiar, ADR is where like you record the voice work afterwards. The main villain, I can't even remember his name, the dude that wore a suit and no shoes the entire flick. Every single line of his dialogue was ADR'd for no reason. It was like it didn't sound good. It sounded bad. But I mean, it was like close-ups on his face where you can clearly see his lips not speaking, in sync with the words. And that was the entire movie. The audio mixing was just absolutely atrocious. Just some bonker script decisions. Them pretending like Spider-Man wasn't around. It was very weird. Very weird.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a prequel to Spider-Man because Ben Parker, which is Spider-Man's uncle. Oh no, it's his parents.
Right.
They gave birth to Peter Parker there. Like she was
right. Emma Roberts, right, is Peter Parker's mom. Yeah.
Yes.
It was it was still just weird.
I know
It was weird because they never said his. They never like said his name. I don't know if because this is like a Sony flick, right? Yeah, Sony, and then
I don't know what Sony was thinking. Do you think that they just they got so far into the movie that it's just like there's no turning back or anything? They didn't even fix it. Might just throw it out there and see if we can get any money for it.
I think there must be something where right. So Sony owns Spider-Man. And Sony has been licensing out Spider-Man to Marvel, which is like Disney, Fox, all them.
Yeah.
To make the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
There must have been something in that deal that said, okay, Sony, you can make your Venom movies, you can make your Spider-Man cartoon movies, but if you're making any live action movie, you can't say the words Aunt May or Peter Parker. Like that must be a weird clause because there were so many times in that movie where like Ben Parker is like she asked him like, who are you dating? He's like, oh, I won't tell you her name. And you're like, it's Aunt May. We get it. We've known Spider-Man for 40 years. And then
no, it's not. No, Aunt May doesn't come in. Ben Parker that's not Aunt May. He's not married to Aunt May.
No, I know that's his sister,
aunt.
but he goes on a
right.
He goes on a Ben Parker, who is what's his name, Adam Scott in the movie, is like going on a date with a girl but never says her name, and then you meet Ben's sister.
That was his
birth to Peter Parker.
My God, I gotta rewatch that all again.
Right?
I thought it was a there was a time gap. Like there was a time gap between. I don't fucking know. She was like going back in fucking time and shit like that, and fucking with time, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And I really hope
the movie takes
that. Yeah, I really hope that this. I really hope that because I don't know what the fuck they were trying to do with this because Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney, like two of the female actresses right there are especially Dakota Johnson, like a very talented actress. She deserved better, and I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I don't know who the fuck was directing this fucking movie, but I mean. I didn't mind it. It was just like something on there. I was like, all right. I mean, thank Christ I didn't fucking rent it or buy it or spend any money on it. I was like, well, it's coming on Netflix, but I totally agree with you, Joe. There was things that you pointed out there that I didn't even catch. I mean, I was just looking at it like as blank, like you know what I mean. Like I wasn't like interested in the movie, so I was just like watching it.
Yeah. And
I'm just like trying to follow it, trying to understand like why people like hated it. Yeah. It is I mean, I've seen a lot worse movie. That Monster Mash movie. Yeah. That Monster Mash movie.
Oh yeah, Monster Mash.
That's something that's definitely something that you want to fucking drink and just throw up on the screen and for when we do the chili and hot dog cook off in October here at the Gulag. But
that's a good drinking movie. I think Madam Web is maybe a good drinking movie too. You can just get hammered and just enjoy an awful movie.
Not a fucking chance.
Those are fun to do.
I probably never watch it ever again in my life. I watched it sober and I'm just like, pfft. But I did watch I did watch two movies that came out while you were gone, and I'm glad that I bought them on digital. Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. And Abigail.
Oh, that looks sick.
So,
Abigail looks really good.
Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire is probably the best one out of the whole franchise. The reason I say that is because the acting and everything wasn't bad. They weren't like you could watch like a movie and you could tell that they're acting for the trailers. You know what I mean? Like sound bites for trailers and stuff like that. They didn't overpack it with a lot of actors, like famous actors. They kept it really simple. There was a very clear, concise storyline, and there was a lot of kaiju battles. The only, and oh my god, the soundtrack. What's his name? Dan Stevens. Is that who it is? The actor.
I don't know.
He plays him. He plays. Yeah, well, this guy plays in both movies. And I feel like he's going to be he's becoming a big star here. Yep, Dan Stevens. That's what I thought. Dan Stevens plays in both. Yes, he plays, and He plays like a half Ace Ventura, half was it the from the A-Team, Howling, Captain Howling, played by Charlotte Copley. I don't know if you ever watched the 2010 version of the A-Team, that's who he had a combination of both Captain Howley and from the A-Team and Ace Ventura going, plus his own thing. And I thought he was funny. It was fresh.
Yeah.
It was different. And like when it come time for like, the adrenaline type of moments in the movie, like he was on point. He's like, I thought he was really good. I thought it was a really good movie. There was a lot of kaiju fights and stuff like that. I really hope there's a sequel. I mean, everything's CGI'd, so I mean, like they could just keep on plugging and playing with different actors and actresses for forever. It's not
for sure. As long as the flicks are making money, they're going to keep making them. I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're on what, Fast and the Furious 37 or something now. Those flicks won't die.
Abigail, so I love the classic movie monsters. And I was a little hesitant. I didn't want to see this in theater because I know how Universal can fuck up a Marvel movie, a monster movie. I thought Abigail was really good. The only thing that I had about it was, there is you can overuse the foul word of fuck. If you're using it in every sentence, in every word, like that's overuse. And I feel like that was the only bad thing about it, was that Dan Stevens and some of them were constantly overusing, the F-bomb. Fuck. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, a little too raunchy for you, huh? Like, hey guys, we're here to see a monster movie.
No, it's like
I'm not here to see a Janine Garofalo set. I'm here to see a monster movie. I don't want a filthy comedian up there.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it was overused. It's just like, all right, we get it. I mean, like, it's kind of like, when in Halloween Kills, like they were constantly saying evil dies tonight. All right, we get it. When you constantly say the word over and over and over and over again, you know what I mean? It gets worn out.
Lessens the impact. Yeah.
Overall, dude, I thought the movie was awesome, and I very loved the end. Because I'm not going to ruin it for you, Joe, but you definitely need to watch it. I'm not going to lie, I love the movie. That was like the only thing that I had an issue about was, they're dropping the F-bomb like every second. Like I'm just like, all right,
right.
All right, come on, man.
We
get it.
Turns it into a South Park episode.
It just gets a little annoying. Well, it probably turns it into U.S. House of Representatives.
Probably. Yeah, I'm aware of the ending. Our website. I'm aware of the ending. Our website reviewed it, and that made me a little. So the girl that got the early copy was like telling us all about it. But that actually makes me more excited to see it now, kind of knowing how it's like going into, or potentially going to connect to some other monster movie or monster worlds. I think that's cool.
Yeah, so those are pretty good. I thought that those were all good movies. So I mean, we're going to move on here. We're time lapse. We're cutting time here. We're talking about fights, man. I was watching like NASCAR, dude. The NASCAR shit that just happened, dude. I think it's positive for them. A lot of people have been messaging us on Facebook and social media and stuff. They're like, this is why I don't watch NASCAR and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't respond. I'm not going to respond. You could post your opinions on there and stuff like that. But Joe and I aren't going to respond unless you have to message us if we do something wrong. But yeah, so people like, dude, that's how it is, man. Dude, it's like it may be appear negative, but you know what? It's getting viewership. Everybody's talking about it. That's the whole thing. People don't get it. Even though it looks bad, it's good. Like, I thought it was awesome. I'm like, dude, I might start watching. They start, like, running up on each other. Stuff. Yo, man, you hit me into the wall. And they start, like, throwing down, getting that kaboom, you know what I mean? Getting that. Dude, he connected right to Kyle Busch. Boom! him right there on the jaw, dude. I was like, no fucking way. And then it got out. It went on like both the teams, and then everybody else is trying to hold him back and stuff. But I had to be like, yo, we need
Maybe
to
they
talk
should
about
just
fights.
set up a cage in the infield, and then after bring it down. And then any of the drivers that like have beef, just bring them in, let them fight it out afterwards.
No, I totally disagree with that. They need to keep it to the cars. They need to have a demolition derby. That's what they need to have. They need to have a demolition derby. Yeah. Set them up and
whoever
put their powertrains and like set them up like they can't go over like first or second gear, and just let them just like fucking run each other into the concrete barriers and push each other. Put them in like dump trucks or something, and then just just fuck them up. I mean, what is it like twisted metal?
Yeah, have a tribunal, and then whoever gets negative so many points, they have to just line their cars up, and then the winner of the race gets to run them all over with a monster truck with the grave digger.
No, I really think it was I forget who the attacker was to Kyle Busch, but Kyle Busch, I do know, pushed him into the wall, so he basically like took him out. I don't know, in the last few laps of the race. Of the All-Star race, and that's why he flipped out, because it's like I mean, I can see where he's coming from. It was a dick move when he's trying to win the race, and this guy can't. Apparently, I don't know. I don't follow it, so I can't really. But I'll tell you right now, I am going to start following it because I want to see these. I want to see these knuckle sandwiches. I want to see some knuckle sandwiches, man. Dude, I want to see some Stone Cold. I want to see some Stone Cold Steve Austin fights, man. I want to see some dude like jump right off the hood, like get up on the hood of his car, like just right into the celebration, and then jump off the hood of his car right into the middle of the celebration. You son of a bitch! And start putting, dude. That's awesome, man. That's what society's come. That's what society's come for, man. Dude, it's entertainment, even if it's just fake. Who gives a shit? I think it's awesome. But
here for the fights.
Dude, I'm very disappointed in the trash talk between Tyson and Jake Paul. I thought that I'm like, bro, Tyson was the absolute best on the mic. He didn't give two shits what anybody thought what he said. You remember the shit that he used to say? Like he's like, I'm gonna fuck you in your ass. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he was the king of it.
Yeah, and then like
he's getting a little softer in his old age.
I'm like, there's no fucking way. I don't give a shit if I'm like, 100 years old and on a fucking walker, and some fucking punk is like talking to me like that. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take this fucking goddamn walker, or I'm gonna fucking smash it right across your goddamn body.
Like it's gonna be an interesting fight. It's gonna be.
Yeah. I just hope Tyson beats. I'm not going to be able to. I don't like the Pauls. I don't like them at all. I despise them. I think they're just. I just think that they're just bitches. That's what I just think. They're just bitches. They're punks.
I mean, they're not terrible fighters. But they're not anywhere near on the level of.
They're so cocky, dude. They're just nobodies who just come up through and then they just throw themselves out there and just. And then others, they're up there, fighting with, the likes of somebody like Tyson and, and then the brothers in the WWE. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I'm like,
it's all about money, man. It's all about who can bring in the eyeballs, and those kids bring in the eyeballs,
Yeah. I'm like, dude, put these motherfuckers in a fucking real. That's what I'm hoping. So I'm hoping that Tyson beats the shit out of Jake Paul. I'm hoping that like Tyson just walks right in and just catches him with one of his fucking rights, man. That's what I want, just for the old days. And then secondly, I hope Brock Lesnar comes back and takes fucking his brother out. And I'm not talking like I hope he beats the fuck out of him. I was just watching the A&E. So there's a lot of stuff that I never knew that goes on. And I always knew that they, wrestlers take, bumps and stuff like that. They get hurt and stuff like that doing stuff.
Sure.
But I was watching the A&E rivalry of The Rock and Hulk Hogan. I had no idea that Hulk Hogan was at a house show. That, for those of you who don't know, WWE does a non-televised event in certain low-key areas, just so they can get people out there, and it keeps the ring rust off. Because you gotta that you do develop ring rust, and they want to keep people fresh. Plus, it's like a practice, it's like preseason. So like Hulk Hogan was in there with none other than Rikishi, and then Hulk Hogan was like, and so if anybody knows, like Rikishi puts his opponent down on the bottom ropes, and then he comes in like this dude's like 350, 400 pounds of Samoan. And he just comes barreling ass from one corner of the ring to you, and you're there sitting on the floor in the corner of the ring, and he just smashes his big ass cheeks right off of you. And it's, dude, no fucking way would I want that. Well, one, I don't want somebody else's ass cheeks in my fucking face, except for somebody on the female end. Other than that, I don't want another dude's ass cheeks on my fucking face. Well, Hulk Hogan, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. He was like looking over at his family, gave him a wink, and next thing you know, he didn't get a time to tense up for it. And man, Rikishi broke 2 of his fucking ribs. And and he did a match. He did at least one tag team match. They kept him like low key, but when he did that match with The Rock, and The Rock gave him like a rock bottom or two. That last rock bottom, if you look, like that was in the A&E special. Like he was like grasping his ribs because they were fucking broken. And like anybody who knows, broken ribs are the fucking worst because there's nothing you can do about it except just not do anything and just let him heal. And then of course, The Rock drops like one of his big fucking the biggest goddamn rock, the people's elbow right on him. And he powered through it, man. It takes a lot. That takes a lot of to deal with all that pain and shit like that, and then to put on a performance for for the audience. That takes a lot. And
sure does.
I was always remembering it was like fighting in school. I was always like, dude. I remember like coming back home, and I remember the one night back then. In the 90s, when you run out of fucking power, you're out of power for a couple days. And I remember, like, I was sitting in the kitchen, we had candles and stuff, we were having family talk. And I was like, because I was constantly crying about coming home from fucking school, and people were picking on me, and teachers were like, just, it was a kid shit. And it was constant. It was constant. I think it was in, like, 5th or 6th grade. And then, like, my dad my mom was like, oh, I don't understand why nobody does anything in that school or what. I don't know why my son has to come home, like, crying like this all the time. And my dad's like, you know what, fuck it. Next person that fucking, you go and kick their fucking ass. They don't want to do anything, go ahead. That's what I'm going to say, fuck it. They don't want to do it. And then I started scuffling. But I said that you never win a fight until you lost a fight. And I remember in 6th grade being out there on the fucking playground, and man, I was wearing an Eagles hat, and he fucked me up, man. I'll never forget it, dude. He fucking caught me, boom, dude. And then right in the fucking eye, I was fucking out, dude. I didn't even fucking get a chance to lay a hand on him, and it was like, dude, it was like boom, done, out. And then they fucking stomped my fucking Eagles hat in the mud. So that's when you know.
You don't do that.
You really lost the fight when that fucking happens. So and then then I had to bear the fucking the appearance of a black eye that constantly changes color. Your eye's swollen, it's purple, deep purple, and then oh man, it's yellow today. And then dude, that just amplified me at that age. And then after, I got into a bunch of fights, and then I called the principal a dickhead because he took the other person's side and stuff, and I'm just like, well, where the fuck are you at? And I got in school, or out of school.
So now you're getting in fights with the principal.
Yeah. And I wasn't a bad kid. It was just that, like, what the fuck, man? And, like, it was people, like, ball busting everywhere. I've been ball busted all my fucking life. I don't know what, probably because of who I am right now, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is who I am. I'm an outgoing, charismatic person, but now it's just like I've had a few talks with my friends, my brothers, and they're like, hey, you've been, over the past year or two, you've been going below the belt that normal people don't say to each other. And that's what it is. So now I got to gauge it back, and That's why I don't get into
Right.
fights, and I'm just done getting into verbal fights and stuff like that. And I'm just like, whatever, bro. If you want to be the big guy, you want to make fun, go ahead, man. I don't give a shit anymore. I hung the belt up, and but hey, man, let's get to some beef time here, and then we'll close it out with a Memorial Day dedicate, real quick with Memorial Day. But beef time, dude.
Sure.
Airport people, bro. We brought this up in the last episode. I can tell you right now, airport people, I fucking hate when people are just like walking in the middle of the fucking aisle. Like it's like it spans like 40 feet. Like, don't you know how to, like, it's like driving in traffic. Like, if you're slow, like, how are you just like sitting when you know people are rushing to get to other fucking flights? Like, I'm at the end. I'm just like, I'm tired of fucking bumping into people and apologizing for it. I'm just going to be plowing through. If you're not on the fucking right-hand side and you're just taking your sweet-ass time, yo, get the fuck out of the way. If you take your fucking shoes off on the fucking plane, too, you can take your shoes off as long as you have socks on. That's how I feel. What do you think, Joe?
I don't know. I think you should keep your shoes on. This is not a house. This is an airplane, right? You're not walking into a house. Don't take your shoes off. I don't like it. I don't want to be smelling anyone else's feet.
I don't want to smell your nasty fucking bare feet.
Socks.
Yo, I saw somebody
keep everything inside. You should be wearing a sweater on an airplane just in case any part of you starts to stink. Something should hold that in. That's what I feel.
I've seen people with flip flops on come on with their bare feet and then pick their toes in the middle of the flight, and I just give them like.
That's disgusting.
I'm like, ugh. I'm like, that's why I always said, like, I was like, I just go right to the back of the plane, throw my shit up, even if I will have a carry-on this time. I just throw it up in there. Just, hey, man, just put me to fucking sleep, buckle up, tell me when we get there, because I don't want to, and then there's, like, people. Dude, you know what the biggest problem is? I'm like, dude, like, all of a sudden you get on the fucking plane and you have to go to the bathroom. Can I go to the bathroom? We're about to take the fuck off. What the fuck are you doing? No, you can't go to the bathroom. Sit the fuck down and hold it.
They need to do a quick line of blow before the plane takes off, you know? That's when those planes go really quick. That's a bullet train right there.
Just do it right there on the fucking
system.
I'm like, who gives a fuck? Just fucking do it right there. I don't give a shit. If somebody wants to do blow right fucking there in front of me, I don't give a fuck. I don't want any. No thanks. If you want to destroy your fucking body, go right fucking ahead. I don't care. Just don't, like, and it's like, oh my God. And then you got to get the fuck up. And then I'm like, dude, just fucking hold it, man. I'm like, I can't. And then there's fucking kids running up and down the fucking aisle. Put those goddamn kids back in the fucking seat and strap them in. Give them some fucking NyQuil.
Yeah, you need a 5-point harness for those kids. Just
and then there's also the fucking people. Like, I feel that unless you're first class, unless you want to pay all that fucking money to get on the plane first, which I think is stupid, like, fill the plane from the rear to the front. If you fill it from the rear to the front, it would go so much quicker. It would go so much quicker. That's what we did in the military. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck everybody wants to, like, fill in, like, wherever they go. Just go to the fucking back of the goddamn vehicle and just fucking fill from the rear to the front. Well, who gives a shit?
Well, the issue is, right, you pay a little bit more money to sit up front, and you pay a little more money to board early. My big issue is when you're at the gate, and, you know, there's, like, 7 groups, and they're calling group 2, and you got, like, 30 people just standing around, not in line, but just standing close. It's like, come on. Hey, group 7, sit down. They're not calling your group for another 10 minutes. You're just out there because you want to be the first in group 7. Just chill. You're going to get on with the rest of us. We're all getting on this plane. We're all going to the same place. We're all getting on the same
fucking plane. Just get the fuck on the plane. Yeah. And the people just take their fucking times. If your fucking bag is so goddamn heavy, like, why don't you check it at the house? Can you lift it over your head? Can you lift that carry-on bag over your head? Because if you can't put it in the fucking stove. So what the these people who struggle putting it in there, put the fucking thing in there. They carry like fucking 1 million bags. Like, what the fuck, man?
Wheels Why don't you first just get on the side.
You spend all this money on fucking on things at your destination, but you can't spend, like, you know, how hard is it to spend like $20-$30 on a piece of a small piece of like check-in luggage bag. You could just put it all in that luggage bag or a box and just throw it right the fuck on the. What are you so concerned that it's not going to fucking make it? I'm pretty sure they have like you could check your baggage to make sure it goes from plane to plane to plane. You could check it, even if it doesn't even make it there. You could still check it on the app to make sure it gets home.
I never check a bag. I never check a bag, and I would never check a bag. I am a carry-on enthusiast because I'm sure you can check it. I don't trust the airports to not lose my bag. And also, when I get to where I'm going, the last thing I want to do is go down to whatever it is, the checked luggage area and wait for it to come out of the little car wash and watch it go around on the carousel. No, sir. I want to carry my bag, walk, get my Uber, my taxi, whatever, and just go to my destination. I am not.
See, I'm a little bit different, man. I don't want to deal with anything going on the fucking plane. I just throw my shit. I rarely ever bring a check on. I like to put all my shit. Just here you go, take it. And then I follow it on the app, and then I don't have a problem like waiting there. And yes, that is the beef right there, just waiting for your shit to come around the corner, and everybody's like right up at the carousel,
right?
And I'm just like, and then you're trying to get your shit, and I'm like, excuse me, get the fuck out of the way. See, I think I had a little bit of an advantage
pretty light,
because
so I can work it out, but
you're a lighter guy, you're a smaller guy. For me, I'm a bigger guy, so I can just like get the fuck out of the way. I need my excuse me. All right, thank you. Get the fuck out of the way. There you go. Have at it. Holy snapping assholes! I just
hate waiting. I hate waiting at luggage.
So I'm so excited to get on my plane and deal with the airport people and society. Society's going down the fucking hole, man. Nobody fucking respects anybody. Nobody uses any fucking goddamn common sense. But we're gonna end it right there. We're gonna go on the Memorial Day weekend here. Just here, hey man, make sure you remember what this weekend's all about. We wouldn't have these privileges here, boarding flights and being an asshole on flights, or just not giving two shits what's going on, or for Joe and I sitting here bitching to you guys about airport people, and we wouldn't have all these freedoms and rights unless it was for the men and women who've died for the red, white, and blue. For this country. And so, as you're going on vacation, if you're giving a barbecue party, whatever you're doing, just give a moment to cherish that, because this is what this whole weekend, this is what this holiday's about. It kicks off Freedom Fest, because this is the freedom that you have. If it wasn't for those men and women who've died for what you have, what we have. So just remember that. What do you think, Joe? I'll let Joe end it. So,
yeah, I agree 100%. Remember Memorial Day, celebrate Freedom Fest, and everyone have a great time. This is Home Bar Happy Hour. You can find us anywhere if you just search Home Bar Happy Hour. If you got any questions for us, you want me and Mike to monologue at you for something, just shoot us an email or leave us a comment, whatever. We appreciate it. But that's all for me.
Hey, brothers, keep it real, keep it safe, and remember, Home Bar Happy Hour is where it's at.
Peace out.